The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore them or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guests will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guest will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego.
Yeah! Dr. James J.C. Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. Yeah!
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and wow, we got another absolutely outstanding show coming your way. This young man has been on the show a few times, and every time that he comes on, he educates us in a lot of different ways, especially as it relates to some of the chapters in the Bible. And I tell you, I mean, I'm always looking forward to learning and listening to his story that he created. I'm not going to give it away right now, but he is absolutely fantastic. And I guess that you all are getting ready to know who this young man is. And I encourage everyone to go out and watch his films. But I'm not going to give it away right now. How you doing, Dr. Cooley? How you doing? I cannot hear you, Dr. Cooley. You're on mute.
Yo, here I am. I was on mute. I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing absolutely wonderful. I'm just happy to have this guest back on the show today because I get inspired every time that he comes on. And, I'm excited about what we're going to talk about today. So how have you been? I mean, has your day been wonderful? Have you been busy?
Yeah, I've been really busy, but you know what? We're going to be busy introducing this guest coming back on the show to talk about this specific topic and the amazing thing he has created, James. And so whatever platform you are watching the show on, we're on over 80 live streaming platforms. Please join us, provide questions, provide comments, and we will answer them.
Well, let me put it a different way. I tell you what, if you're watching us on E36 Television, Transfer TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Rumble, and over 80 other platforms, welcome to the show. If you want to be part of that conversation, all you have to do is just go to the comments, ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. Michelle, can you do the honors by introducing the title of the show, the purpose of the show, and introduce this absolutely fantastic guest?
Yes, the title of today's show is AI Bible Sagas, the Book of Ruth, and we're having a conversation, returning guest, Jason Talley. He's the creator and innovator of AI Bible Sagas. He's going to talk about the work and dedication that goes into making the series and the process he used creating the story of the Book of Ruth. So he is a versatile individual known for being a musician and all-around creative born in Detroit, Michigan. He's always been passionate about technology. And his journey in AI video design began in 2023. Although self-taught, he has demonstrated a keen understanding of AI visual and AI audio techniques to create the online series of movies known as AI Bible Sagas. His journey has been marked by a growing number of supporters for social media platforms with over 1.7 million views on YouTube alone. Beyond his professional realm, Jason is known for promoting positive thinking and speaking. In his journey, he envisions making AI Bible sagas into a live-action TV series and a series of books based on the videos he's produced. Please welcome back to the show, Jason Talley.
How you doing, Jason? How you doing, man? Jason, can you hear me?
Jason, are you on mute?
I know y'all. I gave y'all.
I think that you got a delay.
Yo.
You might want to go on your phone. You got a delay on this. You're frozen, and your voice is cutting in and out.
But that's okay, Jason. We're waiting for you to come back into the studio. Just go on the interview through your phone, and we will get this show started.
Yeah, so if you can log on through the phone. Yeah, so it's always a pleasure having Jason on the show because just like I said, it's educational. He do so many great things, and I tell you that just learning about some of the things in the Bible that we might not know. I'm talking about the way that he put it in the story. He gave you a visual.
Oh, yes.
And he gives you a visual of what he is thinking and what he think they might have been thinking in the Bible. Hey, Jason, can you turn your phone sideways, please?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. But you might want to pull it down a little bit. Okay. Yes. So Jason, for the people that did not see the last 2 segments, pull your phone down just a little bit. Your head's kind of off, or down a little further.
Okay. I think I need to get my headphones.
Yeah. For the people that did not see you on the show last time, can you tell them a little bit about you, what you do, why you're so passionate about the things that you do and the movies that you make?
Well, I'm passionate about it because I was raised in it. That's something that I've always been interested in. I love the stories from the Bible. I love to see the different examples of God showing up for different people in the different circumstances. I love how the Bible breaks down the people that were being used by God and how they were normal people. It was nothing outside. There was nothing special about them until, God picked and chose them and put his hand on them and stuff like that. So I think that's what makes me passionate about it. And with me being, a little knowledgeable about these things, I know that it's a lot of people that have the desire to learn more about God and get closer to God. And I feel like the best way to get closer to God is to read his word and to know his word. So I wanted to be able to make these stories where people can pick them up very easily and, pretty much get what those stories have to offer.
Wow. So this is, I think, your 5th or 6th short film that you made. Can you tell our viewers and listeners some of the ones that you already made that I thought was absolutely fantastic and that enlightened a lot of people? Because I think you got over 1.5 or 1.6 million views on YouTube. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, that's what before we had the disconnect, that's what I was trying to say to you guys. I'm like, we have to update that because that 1.5 has grown to close to 5 million now. But I've been doing all the books of the Bible in order. So from Genesis all the way to Ruth. So I think that's either 7 or 8 books so far. That's been my goals like since when I first started 2 years ago in August of 2023. When I did my first video, I pretty much wanted to like when I did the first book of the video, when I did the first video from Genesis, I wanted to pretty much just keep going. I'm like I made the decision that I wasn't stopping. I'm gonna keep going until I finish the whole Bible, and that way people can show their kids or watch themselves and like pretty much grasp these things and like look at these beautiful visuals as well, to make it come alive inside of them and in their head. So like when they pick up the Bible and read it, like they'll have visuals as well and make it a little bit more easier for them.
So Jason, in creating these, do you use live actors, or how you go about picking the characters and the actors to portray the roles in your movie?
It's all random. I sometimes I'll sit and just like try to imagine. I'm like, I feel like a casting director at times. So like I'll sit and I'm like, okay, what should this person look like? Who should this person look similar to? Like it's like I said, it's all random. It's like AI, generated anyway. So
Man, I just know, man, the ones I have seen, man, they are superb. I mean, it's I don't know how you get them like that. You have the right actors for the right part, and it just it gives a visual to anybody that's watching that, and also give them a for real sense of what you are portraying. We got about 1 minute before the break. What are your thoughts on that?
That's my complete goal. That's my goal. To give that visual gift, like especially for people of color that have been left out of all of the Bible movies over the past 100 years. Yeah. So it's like watching it is from this new perspective. It resonates better. There's no official history books with pictures of these people, so it's like just use that freedom to like make these people look however I choose.
Wow. You know what, we're gonna take a station break, but when we get back, we're gonna talk about your latest short film, and I have already saw the trailer. I love it. So I'll tell you what, whichever platform that you're watching this on, you want to be part of this great conversation, all you have to do is just go to the comments, ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Dr. James JC Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, or hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? And everything that you do.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Cooley. Heart disease research saves lives. It's that simple. Thanks to medical advancements funded by the American Heart Association, more women are surviving heart attacks, strokes, and other cardiovascular diseases than ever before. But there's still so much work to do.
Hi, I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and I'm raising funds to support life-saving research because every heartbeat is worth fighting for. In honor of Women's History Month, please join me in support of the American Heart Association and women's health.
The future is here.
Now is the time to pursue the greatness in you. Welcome to Viridian Christian University, where faith meets future. We are a fully accredited, 100% online Christian university. We offer bachelor's degree, master's and doctorate degree programs, built for students like you. Affordable tuitions, 30+ degree programs, 100% online and flexible. Integrating faith with learning. Study from anywhere at your pace. At VCU, we do not just prepare you for a degree. We prepare you for purpose. Discover who you are. Grow in faith. And build a future that impacts the world.
Are you ready to start your journey today?
Visit www.viridianchristianuniversity.com.
Apply today and be among the global leaders.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, this young man right here, Jason Talley, is doing some great things. And Jason, I want to apologize. I did say 1.5. You had to correct me.
No,
over 5.
It's actually the last time I was with you guys. I think it was about like 4. It was like at 4, and I'm like, dang, I got to let them know. It slipped my mind.
You know, I tell you, all the great things he's doing. And now, you know what? We did not give him the right round of applause because we were having a little technical difficulty. So let's put our hands together for Jason Taylor.
Also, before the technical difficulties, I was trying to point out this here that I received from YouTube for hitting 100,000 subscribers. So,
oh, absolutely. You know, 100,000 subscribers, they send you that 250. All that. You know, so you're gonna be getting a lot of those. You know, so Jason, let's talk about your latest book, the Book of Ruth. You know, as a subject and the AI sagas. Can you tell our viewers and listeners why you were so interested in making sure that you capture all of those things? And I want to show a short film about that before we even get started. So the Book of Ruth, here we go. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Yeah. So, what intrigued you mostly about the Book of Ruth?
Honestly, for me, I think what stands out the most about the Book of Ruth is probably how it's been mistaught. Um, I think have been a lot of people have taught the Book of Ruth like it's a Disney princess fairy tale when it's not that. It's more so a book of redemption to mirror Christ redeeming us more than a damsel in distress that's being saved by a rich prince or a rich guy. So I think that was the main thing I wanted. I wanted to make sure I kept the integrity of the story, which, as you know, I don't change nothing in the story. I just, whatever's in the Bible is what's in my videos. Um, that was the main thing that I wanted when I was approaching this. That was the main thing that was at the top of my mind, of making sure that people understood the actual story of the Book of Ruth. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of times it's been taught like Ruth was a damsel in distress and needed help. It's more so like they try to align it like the Disney princess stories, when that's not how it happened. So,
Wow. Were there any particular verses in the Bible that stood out, especially powerful or challenging, that you depict in your video? So people got to get out there and want to get this video. But were there any particular thing that you depict in the video that just stood out that you had to put it in?
There's not anything that's in particular. It's more so like I said, I was thinking of the whole story as a whole, because it's so short. It's only 4 chapters. I just wanted to tell the whole complete story. And of course, Ruth being King David's great grandmother, that's that adds something extra to it. Going into First Samuel, that's coming out either in December or January. So like it just brings something extra to it. It's like, okay, so all right, this is also a history lesson. Like, and this story is here for a reason. It's not a random story. It's here for a reason.
So why do you think the Book of Ruth continues to resonate with modern audience, and how does your project enhance that relevancy? Because your projects, I tell you, from my perspective, I'm looking at them, and some of the things that I have forgotten or didn't interpret it that way initially in the Bible, your work brings it out. So
yeah.
talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, but like, to answer your question, I think it bleeds a little bit into the last question. Why it resonate with people today is because they have a certain interpretation of it that's not true. Like you have a bunch of people that's like, oh, I'm going to find my Boaz and stuff like that, which is, that's cool. That's cool. Like, but like, it could be misrepresented in a certain way, so I think it resonates with people today because it's more so like people try to align it with the desires and wants that they have, like a lot of women desire to be married, a lot of women desire to be married to a rich man, a lot of, so so this story lines up with that. So like, if you could line it up with what you have, like, oh, it's in but the Bible says this and this is what it says, okay, then that's how it's going to happen. But I think like there's like certain details, right? Like when it's like a lot of times it's taught where like when Boaz asked his workers, who is that woman? Like, I don't think it was done from a like, oh, Boaz seen her and just wanted her so bad and was like, who is that? It was his field. Like he could have went to her like, who are you? You know, so I think he was asking his workers because like who is she? Like why? Like, you know, but it's also like certain things like when you know, like when you're talking about at that time, like with Ruth being a widow, like that widows were treated, you know, like sick people to a certain degree, widows and orphans. That's why in the New Testament, Jesus tell us to be good to the widows and the orphans and stuff like that, because like back then, you know, like once their husband died, they couldn't remarry. So they was in a marginalized, they was in a group of their own, right? And also with Boaz having his own field, back then, like there was part of the law when you had a field, like you were to leave the corners of the field for like maybe homeless people or people, so everybody can eat. So you'll work your field and pull your harvest, but the corners were for everybody else. So I think that when Boaz seeing Ruth working in the fields, like, you know what? Cool. Like, you know, he was good to her. You know, it was more so, I think Boaz was a good man. He was a upstanding gentleman, and being an upstanding gentleman to Ruth. And then, you know, with her laying on his feet and asking her to be the kinsman redeemer of her family, because that's, you know, that's the type of person he was. He was like, okay, I'll do that for you because you've been good to Naomi and you didn't have to. You could have found you a man that was around your age. I'll see what's to it. Like, so I just wanted to I just really wanted to like give the true like story so people can understand.
You know, so we got about 2 minutes before the break, you know, so how do you ensure theology integrity when using AI to retell biblical narratives?
Well, first things first, I don't change nothing.
Yes.
So like I said, if it's in the Bible, it's in my video, right? So I don't tweak nothing. I don't, you know, like if it's in the Bible, the narrative, the narration that you hear is coming straight from the Bible. I like the contemporary English version or the easy to read version, you know, like study Bibles that's easy to pick up. But if it's in if it's in the Bible, it's in my narration, I don't change the narration at all, unless it's come to like something like summarizing something, but it's still up to uphold the integrity of what the word says. So when it comes to to answer your question, like as far as making these stories with AI, I think the only liberties that I take is all visual. Like everything visual it's the only liberty that I take, that I'm the most creative with. Everything else is already there. It's been here for thousands of years and it don't need to be changed.
And you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to take a station break. We're going to come back. This is exciting. And I see we got King Nana Otu over in Ghana. How you doing, my friend? Watching the show, Ivory Powell, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Got a lot of folk watching right now. So if you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is go to the platform that you're watching the show on. Ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life. And we'll see you shortly after the break.
Doctor James JC Cooley James Cooley Show. It's your life.
back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and we got Jason Talley here, and talking about the Book of Ruth. I think this is the seventh or eighth portrayal. I'm talking about the AI sagas, and all of them are outstanding. And if you want to be able to catch up, go back to the beginning when you first started this. Jason, can you tell them how they can watch your movies and get a understanding of what you're doing and a visual of what's in the Bible?
Yeah, they're all on YouTube for free of charge. Just search AI Bible Sagas. It's going to pop up. It's going to be the first thing to pop up. And I suggest to go in biblical order from Genesis, Exodus, and on. It's an adventure. Like when you like go in the order of the Bible, it's most definitely an adventure. The story continues, it flows. I think that's one of the things that I have like that has really stood out to me have doing this is how well the Bible is written, even though it's written by so many different people. It's written so well and it flows together like all these stories and stuff like that. So like I love that about this. But YouTube is where it's at for everybody.
Oh yeah,
it's AI Bible Sagas, SAGAS.
AI Bible stuff. So you might want to go start from the beginning, just like what Jason has said. So Jason, working on the book, Ruth, has your personal understanding of faith in any way changed since you worked on that one and really got off into it and had to put together thoughts and putting together your movie?
It's my personal faith change? No, not at all. It's stay solid as always. I think for me personally, I think ever since I started this journey, it's just been, full speed ahead. Like I think before the space, my mind space before I started doing AI Bible Sagas, I felt like I was kind of stagnant. And I felt like I feel like God want me to do something, but I just don't know what it is, so I had to like fast and pray and stuff like that. And then like pretty much watching sermons from Pastor Philip Anthony Mitchell at 2819 Church, like a lot of those things like is a combination of me just coming up with this, like, I feel like God just put it on my heart and put it in my lap as to, what you see today as the final product. So,
I'm curious, what do mom and dad think about your Bible side?
I mean, they coming around to it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of times it takes time for folks to come around.
Yeah.
How do you approach the portrayal of divine intervention or spiritual elements through AI?
See, I think that is probably one of the most challenging things of doing, like, because doing the Bible, when you talking about divine intervention and God and the image of God or the angels and stuff like that. You have I to this day I have people that complain that that have a representation of God in my videos, but like it's more so like a visual aid for visual aid purposes. The God in my videos is not supposed to be like, you are not supposed to take a picture of him and worship him, like, like, because people put that in the comments, like, oh, you're not supposed to make a graven image and stuff like that. But it's more so like for visual aid purposes, for, to help the story flow, it's that, like I said, that is the most challenging thing. But since starting this, I feel like I've created a more so staple in a brand of how I do things. So I'm just sticking with it at this point.
Oh, absolutely. Got to. The people there, I understand, and it's just a visual. You can tell a story, real film, and it's not nothing personal.
Right.
So
Right.
they come in. So I'm curious, man. These films, perfect. I'm talking about in the angles, the video. I mean, characters, um, everything seems to be perfect. How do you approach? I mean, what AI tools and platforms do you use to generate the visual, the narrative, the dialogue for the Bible stuff? I mean, it's amazing. And you have other folks that help you out, or you do all this yourself. It's all in your mind, and you create it and you just create tools and put things together.
Um, yeah. So the tools I use a lot of them actually, and for the last 2 years, I have switched through so many tools because like they either upgrade or change. Like as of right now, I'm probably using or at least paying for like at least 8 AI tools a month. Like I don't even know exactly how much I'm paying a month for all these tools. Like I don't even want to look to see how much is coming out at this point. But I'm using, like I use like the popular stuff, Mid Journey, and I've played around with some of the newer stuff like this, the Sora and VO. Like it's anything you could think of, I've touched it at some point within the last 2 years because like I had a trial and error period when I first started where I was using different things to see what works, pretty much what gives me what I need, right? Because there's so like at this point in 2025, it's like a new tool like almost every month now. So it's like at some point I had to do a trial and error situation of what do this tool do that this one don't do? What do I need from this one? And try to combine certain ones to like get my final result that you see. So like pretty much the final result that you see is like hard, intense labor. So like I'm thinking of the Book of Judges, right? The Book of Judges was the book that before Ruth, and I calculated every time I sat down to edit for that book, every every minute, like it took an hour to get 1 minute of content for that book. So like it's like it's very labor intensive, most definitely. Yeah.
I could imagine it's labor intensive, especially, you want to make sure you're doing it right. And you're making it because you're thinking of your target audience. You're thinking of what you want them to get out of this AI Bible Saga story, and to make it more, I would say, to basically connect with your audience. So how do you take a sample before you actually put out the final creation? Do you like sample it in front of like family and friends and just get their takeaways and say, is there something you're not getting that you think maybe I could include or just take away from? Do you do that, Jason?
Yeah, I think I really did it more when I first started because it was something that was so new and so fresh at the time. But now it's more so like, because I'm doing whole movies now. So now like what I'll do is I'll take a 5-minute clip and send it to a few people like, hey, check this out, what you think, But when I first started, it's more so like, what do you think of this? Like, how do this look? Like for the perfect example, when I first started, when I did the Adam and Eve and the fruit. When I did that video, my design for God was just like an all silver bald man. So like I sent it to like a group of my friends. Hey, like look at this. What do you think? It's like looks nice, but he looks like the Silver Surfer from Fantastic Four. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I had to, go back and retool things to like, I'm like, I don't want people to think that this is the Silver Surfer when they watching it. So it was, things like that. So
Wow. Let's see what's up. I'll take a station break. We're gonna come back. We got a lot more, Jason. If you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is just go to the platform that you're watching us on, to the comments, ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Listen up. It's Dr. Jason Talley. Yeah. It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Hey.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life, and I tell you, we're talking about Jason's new project that's out there. It's on YouTube, and you say you go to AI Bible Sagas, you can pull up his work, and if you follow it from Genesis all the way up to where he's at now with the Book of Ruth, you are going to get educated. You're going to be thrilled. You're going to want to be a big fan of him, because every time he complete a book, I had to bring him on the show to talk about it. I had to bring him on the show and show the world. So I think if you start following his work, you would be a big fan as well, and you'll be sitting back and patiently waiting on the next chapter. Before we go any further, I want to tell everybody about Ghana. I just got back from Ghana maybe about 6 weeks ago, and over there, I was appointed the ambassador of Agona, Agona Kwa Saran Kingdom in Central Africa, and I also was appointed one of the sub-kings, king of the kingdom. And Michelle and I will be heading back there to Ghana in February, where the second portion of the coronation, my coronation, will take place, and also Michelle will be crowned queen, mother. So, if you ever thought about going to Ghana, going to Africa, this is the time to go. I invite each and every last one of you uh, there. And if you are interested in going there, uh, please contact me. You all know how to contact me. Contact me through my email, jamescooley145 at gmail. Or many of you all got my phone number. You can call me. But it's going to be an adventure. We're looking forward to it in February uh, 2026. Jason, I want to get back to this, man, because just like I keep telling our viewers and our listeners, I am a gigantic fan of all of your work, man, and I can't wait until you come out with another one. You said December. We're having back on in December whenever you come out with that. But Jason, what are some of the biggest challenges you encounter using AI tools uh, in this kind of? I mean, tell me, especially when it comes to storytelling. I know last segment you said it took you 1 hour to get 1 minute, 1 minute of content.
Yeah.
So what are the biggest challenges? Is it too much content, too much of being able to separate certain things and make sure that it flows this way or that way? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So I think for the most part, it's mainly just trying. Like, I think a lot of people when they think of like, oh, I want to make AI videos, because I get a lot of people that reach out to me like, oh, I want to do what you do. But it take a lot of patience. It take a lot of patience, most definitely, because that those AI systems just don't do what you want it to do all the time. I would say probably half the time. So sometimes you have to think outside the box and think of other ways to like get what you want to across. So it's not just, oh, I'm just going to type this in, boom, give me this, and they give it to you. Like, I mean, have that happen before a few times, yeah, but it's work. It's actually work. And so like sometimes if like you may see something where people may see what I do and like, oh, I want to do that, and they may not be up for it. They may not have the patience and stick to itness to see it through, because like I said, um doing judges, like Ruth was more so on the tame side because it's mostly dialogue. It wasn't no battles, it wasn't no giants or nothing like that. But like doing the Book of Judges, where you got a bunch of war, you have a bunch of like different things happening, you got people setting things on fire and stuff like that. So you like I said, it probably took me 6 weeks to do the Book of Judges. And like I said, like I like at some point I sat down, like, how long is it taking me? I'm like, it was like an hour per minute, like an hour per minute. So, and that the Book of Judges is like almost an hour and within itself. So, you do the math there, but like it's a passion project for me. Like, I love to see the final result of it. I love to see people responses of it. I love to see people, learn and, discover new things that they never seen before in the Bible. So yeah, I think that's the main thing for me. Like, through all of the challenges, I can stick to it, and just to see that end result. That's the main thing for me.
Wow, we got about 2 minutes, a little bit more than 2 minutes before the end of the show. But what type of feedback have you been getting from the Book of Ruth, and what is your main takeaway that you want people to understand from the Book of Ruth?
Well, the feedback I've been getting is more so like, it's like we're normal feedback, like with all of my content is like they love the depiction. I think the main feedback I receive is pretty much people loving the depiction of melanated people in the Bible, and like, pretty much not feeling left out. I think that's the main feedback that I've received, like especially like not just this one, but for everything I do. And what was the second part of your question?
Do you want people to take away the main takeaway from?
Got you. Yeah, the main takeaway, like pretty much the main takeaway, I just wanted people to know the official story of Ruth. I wanted people to know, Boaz as that redeemer of her family, and to be a redeemer back then, it's more so it was a selfless thing because it wasn't for yourself. It's more so like for this woman and her dead husband, like to keep his name alive.
Yeah. So, Jace, that you got a standing invitation to my show anytime.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Back on. So I want to thank you so much. Looking forward to the next chapter. I think First Samuel.
Yes, sir. First Samuel. Yeah.
Looking forward to that one. And I tell you what, our viewers and listeners, again, all you have to do is just go to AI Bible Sagas on YouTube, and you go start from the beginning, and you can see all of his great work. So I want to thank you again, and looking forward to having you on again. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank
you for having me,
Michelle Cooley, for always putting together outstanding shows, just like what she did with this short notice. I'd like to thank our viewers and listeners for always tuning into the James Cooley Show, Monday through Friday, at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Always, always, always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. It's your life, and we'll see you then.
Doctor.